Today I'm going to talk about poetry and how poetry has been kind of like a therapy to me, I suppose. When I started writing poems when I was about 10, my first poems were called My Room, which was a poem about my mother telling me off for keeping my room tidy, something that's never changed, I have to admit. And also about a chicken, as my favourite pet was a chicken. But as I got through my teenage years, I wasn't very good at talking to people about what I was feeling, but I could get it out on paper and as a poem. I could express myself rather well, and it has helped me throughout the years from then until now. Whenever I have an issue with something or someone, I get it out on paper and out of my head, and it just seems to work. I like the challenge of getting my feelings down on paper and making them rhyme. It kind of, I suppose it takes away the pain of whatever is going on and channels it in another way. And it's just something that's really helped me over the years. It's only been a minute and a half. I don't know what I have to say about it. I see. So let's talk about some times that it might have helped me. Okay. As a teenager, I went through some issues like abuse and bullying. So I wrote about that and got it out on paper when I used to shut myself in my room and not come out. And there's quite a few years that I didn't write any poems, and then as I grew older and got married, there were issues in that I wrote about, and I wrote a few fair love poems as well in the beginning years. So I just like to write poems and get whatever I'm feeling out on paper, when instead of going down in that spiral and dwelling on it, I find getting it out on paper. I suppose it's kind of like writing a journal in a way. Once it's out of your head and on paper, it starts not to bother you so much, and you can get a bit on about thinking about other stuff and kind of like just emptying your brain of that issue. So that's why I like poetry, and I can safely say that it has definitely saved my life on a couple of occasions. I even wrote a poetic suicide note once, but getting it out on paper made me see sense a bit more. So, yeah, poetry therapy.